Hello, my wonderful Scorpios. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing amazing. In today's video, I will be tapping into the energies of your love life. So it's going to be your general love reading for the week here. So pretty much whatever comes out for you guys. Okay, guys, so we have the card Salty, Bitter, Angry, Petty. And bottom of the deck, guys, we have Karmics, Third Parties, Haters, Lesson Learned. Seems to me, Scorpio, that someone could, definitely be feeling a bit bitter about an outcome, or there's something that's causing a bit of anger or frustration within this person. Could also be your energy where you're feeling angry about how someone has treated you, or, thinking back to a situation that you're not really fond of, something that's causing you to feel uneasy here. And then it also says petty, so someone could, regret maybe making a decision that felt important at the time, and they feel like it has like backfired on them. Whether it's like wanting to have the last word in a situation, whether it's not wanting to let their guard down or doing something impulsively. They feel like their decisions have backfired on them, or they mishandled the situation. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Okay, so we have the Temperance on the bottom of the deck here. Some of you could be dealing with the Sagittarius, and we have the Moon card. Some of you could be dealing with the Pisces. With the Temperance as well as the Moon, Scorpio, I'm strongly getting an energy of someone who wants to restore balance in this connection, but there's a lot that they're keeping to themselves. It seems to me that it's someone who feels hurt, but the hurt is translating into anger, or they're not showing you that they're hurt. Instead, they're, being very reactive here, or choosing to withdraw. There could be an energy of someone who's like operating from a sense of like ego or pride. So I'm going to start off by seeing how you are being viewed this week. Four of Swords, viewing you as withdrawn or not wanting to initiate a conversation or speak to them. There's something about the situation that's causing this person to feel restless, although they're not communicating that to you. This could definitely be like a no contact situation, or something could have happened recently where the both of you are not communicating with each other in the current moment, but they are viewing you as withdrawn. They're praying for some sort of a breakthrough in this situation, but I will say there's like a lot of mixed emotions here. There's a bit of anger, there's a bit of frustration, there's a bit of sorrow, but something that I'm persistently getting is someone's hurt maybe, translating into anger instead of just opening up about the hurt that they feel. Or it's someone it's an energy of feeling very hurt where you are becoming angry now because there's nothing being done about it. So we have the King of Swords followed by the Judgment in the challenge position. So what this person feels challenged by is an ending that has taken place in this connection. This could be someone who feels like they have a lot of history with you. They could have very deep emotions towards you as well, but Judgment is usually leaving something behind or a major shift. And the King of Swords could be read as, an energy of a very recent breakup, or even a divorce in some cases. This person could feel like they could have felt that there was more time for the both of you to figure something out, but they feel like they were wrong. Like this ending that occurred, or the fact that you guys are not speaking to each other in the current moment, is really impacting them, but they're also not wanting to show that to you. They're also viewing you as very detached, or you've turned your back towards them or on this situation here. How are you viewing them? Seven of Swords. You're viewing them as someone that you do not trust. You know, Scorpio, yes, I do feel like there could have been, dishonesty here, but I feel like what this person was dishonest about is something that is really bothering you. You may be, someone where it's like, okay, if this person can lie to me once, then they're going to do it again. Because digging beneath the surface here, Scorpio, I think, yes, you don't trust this person in the current moment, but you also feel like you don't know if you will trust them ever again. So it's something deeper than just, it's not just a white lie, right? The dishonesty is impacting you greatly, where it's like, I don't know if I can trust this person again, or I don't know if I'm going to view them in the same light again. And the Seven of Swords could also be you viewing this person as they have something up their sleeve, or they're very strategic. You could even be questioning their intentions. It's like when someone is dishonest with you once, you start to question everything else that they've done or said. I think that's what's going on in your energy in terms of how you're viewing this person or the situation with them. But I do feel like it's someone you don't trust, and there's something that was very deceiving from their end that you're still thinking about, or you're still revisiting here, even though you're, withdrawn or not wanting to communicate. We have the Five of Swords in your feelings and the King of Wands. You're really conflicted mentally. And I think with the Five of Swords, there could even be like some sort of communication in particular that you're reminded of, and it's rubbing you the wrong way. Whether it's, again, someone being petty or wanting to have the last word. For others of you, it's a harsh exchange of words, and that's the reason why you're still reminded of it, or it's still emotionally and mentally impacting you. I think with the King of Wands, you're coming to a decision, or you're wanting to move forward. You are handling the situation much better than this person is expecting you or has expected you to. So there could be an energy of this person feeling like you were going to have a different reaction to what is occurring. And there's something that you're fixating on with the King of Wands, and you're moving towards it. So whether it's you feel conflicted and really upset with this person, but you're like, you know what, I'm determined to move forward. I'm not going to entertain this. I'm not going to give in. Even if it feels very difficult, you're very determined to, stick by what you said here. I think you really want this person to understand that you are serious this time around. Because it could be someone that you've given countless chances to. It could even be a situation where you feel like you were very lenient with this person, but this time around, it's like you want this person to know how serious you are about you feeling betrayed or not trusting them. Queen of Wands, wow. So King of Wands, Queen of Wands, and we have the King of Pentacles. This could be a very intense connection, very passionate, steamy, but with the King of Pentacles, there's a lack of stability here. I also feel that this person could have been dishonest about, an interference, or they were dishonest about where they were putting their time and energy. You may feel like you were putting your best foot forward, or you were fully invested in this connection, but you may feel like this person wasn't on the same page, or you did not have their, undivided attention. But as much as this connection could feel very intense, there's a shift in perspective occurring for you, where you're understanding that the connection is intense and there's a lot of passion between the both of you, but you're asking yourself, is that enough? Is that what I want now? Even if it was something that satisfied you in the past, again, there's a shift in perspective and a shift in your emotions. You could have been connecting with this person and holding on to the connection because of the emotions that you feel. But there's a very realistic approach now where it's like, okay, well, I'm not getting what I desire from this person or this situation, so I'm not going to hold on. Even though it feels very difficult for me to let go, I believe that's the right thing to do. For some of you, it's really just the fact that you no longer trust this person after some form of dishonesty, and so you're choosing to move forward. Nine of Pentacles, clarifying the King of Swords and the Chariot. This is someone who's viewing you as moving forward, choosing yourself. Nine of Pentacles is an energy of being on your own, enjoying your singlehood, working on your stability. And the Chariot is usually, moving forward, and it's forward movement after some form of acceptance. So for those two cards to come up in the challenge position, I think that this is someone who is facing or having a difficult time accepting that you're moving forward. It could be someone who thought that they would be happy if they were on their own, but they're reevaluating their decisions. Watching you move on, and more importantly, choosing yourself, is stressing this person out. This could be someone who is very indecisive with you when they had the opportunity to have something more or create something more with you. But there's a lot of regret for that, hence why those cards are coming up in the challenge position. Some of you could be dealing with a Cancer. Okay, or a Taurus. We have the Hierophant in their feelings, okay? And we have the Death card. So they feel that things with you have come to an end, but it's also an energy of things could have been very stable between Scorpio and I. For some of you, you guys could have been in a higher level of commitment with this person. And with the Death card, it's like, even though things have come to an end, it's not over for this person mentally or emotionally. It's something that is still bothering them, something that they're still feeling very hurt by. Even though they know that something has been finalized or something is over, they can't help but still think about you or the connection that you guys share. There is a lot that they've learned from this connection. I also feel like there could have been quite a few spiritual lessons as well. The Ace of Wands and the Strength card. They're trying their best to move forward. And the Strength card, guys, it is a very held back energy, right? Some of you could be dealing with a Leo, but that card also touches on very deep and intense emotions that this person feels they can't express to you. They could be fighting an urge to just reach out, right, and express how they feel. They're trying to numb their emotions or appear as if this is not impacting them. So if you see this person on a day-to-day basis, it could be that you're having a hard time reading them because they're not showing you much or they're not giving you much to work with. But what's going on internally is very different from how they're presenting themselves, outwards. So we have the Six of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. This person feels like because they were unable to give you their undivided attention, it led to, a breakup or heartbreak with the Three of Swords. I feel like this person's trying to formulate a message, but nothing seems good enough. Or they're writing and deleting messages and trying to figure out the right thing to say here. But it's also stems from a space of them feeling very withdrawn, or a space of fighting an urge, right? They're not allowing themselves to feel the emotions or reach out. It's like, I'm going to run from that, or I'm going to suppress those emotions. So Six of Pentacles and the Three of Swords coming out in the potential outcome, there could be some sort of truth that comes out about why this person couldn't entirely invest, in the situation with you, or why they weren't. If it's not they couldn't, it's just why you're learning maybe something else that was in the way. Ace of Pentacles, clarifying the Six of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, you may be receiving very, very unexpected communication from this person. It could also be a very quick conversation or brief. But I do see this as someone who wants to reach out to you, but there's like an urge that they're fighting. They still feel very deeply towards you, but they're not allowing themselves to truly feel that and accept that. In order to move on from something, or even move on, even if it is to have a new beginning, there would need to be acceptance, right? And so progress after acceptance is pretty much the Chariot card, but it's coming up in the challenge position. So what that's telling me is this person's having a hard time accepting what has occurred between the both of you. Do they want a new beginning? Yes. And I do see them communicating with you eventually, but with the Knight of Swords and the Three of Swords, it's like, it's something that they're communicating to you, but they're not being completely open, or it's a very brief conversation where you may question why this person reached out or is reaching out to you if they're not going to be all the way open here. Or you don't really receive the clarity or explanation that you're seeking. Because I do see a desire for a new beginning, but I also feel like that would, in order to have that, it would, you know, a guard would need to be let down, or say, you know what, I'm not going to be prideful or whatever it is. I'm just going to be open about my emotions. Okay, let's see what they want to communicate. I wish I could take back my words. So there could, and I mentioned that with the first card that came out for you guys. Like whether it's communicating something in an incorrect way, whether it was a harsh exchange of words, they definitely feel like they could have communicated something better, or they wish they didn't say something at all. And then it says, I left when I saw you with someone. Okay. So you could be dabbling in something new that this person is aware of. Or while you were connecting with this person, you know, it could be keeping, you know, your options open. This could also be an energy. Oh, my apologies, guys. I thought we stopped recording. Yeah, this could also be an energy of someone who could be assuming something as well. I bury myself in work to forget you. It's interesting because it says, I left when I saw you with someone. And it says, I wish I could take back my words. And you have the Five of Swords in your feelings, but you're viewing them in the Seven of Swords energy. So there could even be something that you feel a bit conflicted about. It's like maybe if there was more communication or a conversation between the both of you, it would have given you the clarity. But you feel like this person wasn't being open or honest with you. And we do have the Queen of Wands, King of Wands, and the King of Pentacles in your feelings. So excuse me, as you were connecting with this person, maybe you guys weren't in a full-blown commitment and you were weighing your options, right? Maybe you weren't putting all your eggs in one basket, but there could, it seems to me that there's like a misunderstanding, or this person could have misunderstood something. And there's, even if there's something that they don't trust about you or on your end, there's most certainly something that you don't trust about this individual either, especially because you're viewing them in the Seven of Swords energy. Okay. So is there anything else that they want to communicate? It says, I feel you even though we are apart. I couldn't let you get close to me. So this could be someone who was dealing with abandonment issues, or this is someone who could have, like I said, jumped to an assumption that you were going to choose someone else over them or end up leaving. So they decided to, you know, ghost or leave the situation first. But where does that stem from, right? That stems from someone's insecurities. And then bottom of the deck, it says, I don't react when people mention you. Okay, so that is what I'm getting for you guys this week. I really do hope you were able to find a message that resonated with you here today. And thank you so much for your time.